Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome to the Fanatic Forum. I am your Fanatic and host, George Bueller. Hope everybody's having a good one out there so far. Of course, I can't do the show here without my brother from another mother, the Gildenkrantz to my Rosenstein here, the agent of chaos, Seth Manhammer. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I was telling George before the show started, today's just one of those days. It was a really good day all around.
Far out, man.
Work was awesome and easy. And then me and our boy Eric, we did some toy hunting at the old Ross and found some shredder figures. And
Nice.
those nice NECA Super Shredder figure, not Super Shredder, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 regular Shredder, but he's still got like the awesome cape and shit, and like the removable mask plate and shit like
Bitchin'.
that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
that
So
thing's
regular
cool.
Shredder, not Kevin Nash Shredder.
Right, not Kevin Nash Shredder, though those are hitting some Rosses as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, speak of the devil, Mr. Eves
What
in
up,
the house. What up?
E-Rock?
And see, and
I
I'll
was
get to
about to
see.
call him Easy E2, and then it just blended all together. I'm sorry, brother. I botched that entrance.
And of course, the boys will all be together this weekend for SummerSlam both nights. So looking forward to that.
Yes. Oh gosh, I'm so looking forward to it. We had like Eric and I were talking. We have not had like a boys' night in a minute. Like where like we've gone out and done stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
like we haven't like had like a good just like kick back with the boys and just watch some good old wrestling
Yep.
or wrestling. I'm sorry,
Wrestling, yeah.
my southern slipped away for a minute.
No, it's wrestling. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're Southern boys. So, oh man. But of course, as you guys well know, of course, Spider-Man brand new day out in theaters right now. Haven't seen it yet. Won't get to see it till Monday. So I'm trying to avoid spoilers online. So far, I've been successful. The only thing I've heard, is just overwhelming enjoyment of the movie. So it's getting good marks. So I'm like, cool. I'm down for that.
I have heard that Spider-Man somehow survives to make another movie.
Well, somebody said the other day that, oh, hey, it's not to spoil anything, but Spider-Man is Peter Parker. And I'm like, bastard! Hey, what's up, White Sox? How you doing, sir?
What
First time
up?
you get to see the intro. Hey! Yeah, I do
How
have
you
an
doing?
intro there.
Yes.
Yeah, White Sox, one of my buddies on Whatnot here, so good to
Nice.
see you, brother. Of course, our topic of discussion this evening, our main topic, shall we say, is will SummerSlam be worth watching this year? It's 2 nights. Of course, our premium live events they've had recently are filled with a lot of celebrity involvements and commercial bullshit and stuff like that, getting in the way of our good wrestling. So hopefully we may have a good show for us tonight. Maybe TKO will have learned from their mistakes and heard the the complaints from the fans, and apparently the board itself, or the share, I'm sorry, not the board, the shareholders for WWE and TKO apparently are listening to the fans and have heard their complaints, and they're kind of like asking questions of the so maybe we might see some changes on the corporate level. I doubt it, but I try to remain.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think like this is gonna be. I don't know. I don't want to go. Yeah, let's not bury the lead just yet and go into the topic du
Absolutely.
jour. I was just pulling the card up again just to have it in front of me and
Yep, yeah, I got the card here too for us. So.
yeah.
But of course, I do have some comics to talk about, as we always do here. Got a few from last week, and then a good chunk from this week too, because
We're gonna have one Batman at least.
Let's see. Hang on. Let's see here. Ooh, you are dead wrong.
Oh, 2?
0.
Aw, there wasn't an absolute Batman that came out.
No, it's probably like a week or so away, I think.
Oh, okay.
Chris in the house. What up? What?
What up?
What's my watch say? So from last week here, I got one more. I got it kind of like a little bit of a everybody thing here because I got one Marvel, one DC, and one Indie. So for our first Marvel selection here, Mark Spector Moon Knight issue number 6. I have absolutely loved Jed McKay's. He's had about like 3 runs now on Moon Knight because there was like the original Moon Knight, then there was Vengeance of the Moon Knight, and then now we're on Mark Spector Moon Knight. But yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. In this case, basically, there's a villain that Moon Knight is really having some trouble with, and he's got to get the band back together again to help him and his friends who are captured. That means the Midnight Suns are fucking reuniting.
Where's Ghost Rider?
Actually, Ghost Rider will not be part of this particular iteration. There are multiple iterations of the Midnight Suns. So I think they've got basically Blade, they've got Clea. Trying to think who else they brought in. Man Thing, I think. There's a couple others, but yeah, I mean, most importantly, Blade and Clea are there. But so they're filling their hunter and their.
So in wrestling parlance, it would be like the third string horseman.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Kind of the Lex Luger run of horsemen, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe,
not to diss Blade, not to hate on him, like much like Marvel has lately, and that poor actor. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you guys haven't heard this, Seth actually made a good segue there. Marshala Ali and Marvel had announced that basically the Blade movie has essentially been canceled. Marvel has entirely given up, saying, "Oh, we just couldn't make it come together." Bullshit. If there's any movie that would be easier to write, it's fucking Blade.
Yeah.
Stoic, badass, black actor, dressed up in the sunglasses, leather, with swords, kills vampires.
They already had a
fucking end.
There are 3 of them already. Just steal the template and do it again.
I mean, come on. So the fans are upset about it. Marshala Ali is pissed about it as well, because basically he was under contract for so long waiting to do this movie, and so it's just very disappointing news. Oh, there we go. Corey Miller popping in here. What's up, brother? He says Rikishi will interfere. He told me that earlier. Yes. Yeah, he said that during the Roman Reigns Rollins match for SummerSlam, Rikishi will interfere in some way. So Roman will retain the belt.
During that match, or maybe during the Danhausen match.
Danhausen, Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic, yeah. That's who I would want Rikishi to do the run-in for that match, yeah.
That would be fun. But yeah, no, he's according to Rikishi, apparently every member of the Samoan Anoa'i family should be carrying a belt at this point, with no exceptions. So hey, I'm glad you're high on your family, dude, but not everybody needs a belt.
Right.
So. Chris says, no Wesley Snipes, no Blade. Yeah, I know. I mean, I really like the idea of Marshala Ali playing Blade, but it may end up being that there's another contingent of the fans that just want Wesley back. We got that little taste of him in Deadpool Wolverine.
We did have what was the dude's name that did it in the TV series?
Oh, Sticky Fingers from Onyx. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay. So I wanted to like that series so much, right? And so it's like I watched it. They had that pilot episode where it's like, and pilots are usually much more higher budget and like put a little more effort going in. But like, it's the last shot of the pilot, the hero shot, right? And like, Blades beat the vampire and it's panning up and shit. His sunglasses are knocked off and it pans up with their sticky fingers, but it's like Blade. Sticky Fingers has a Shawn Michaels eye. Right, yeah. That goes like so. It's really hard for me to take Blade, the badass vampire hunter, seriously when he's looking over here. I'm
going
sorry, I'm going to hell. I know.
I know. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Because that was on TNT? Like would have to be after Nitro or something?
Yes, yeah, that was when TNT was trying to be the Dude Network.
Oh yeah, because they had I remember they had like that one, and then there was the Mortal Kombat show, which was awful as well. So,
yeah, then they tried to do like 1,000 Ways to Die, or so, it's like some Yep,
they did do that one. Yeah, I forgot about that show.
Hang on 1 second.
Are the boys being rambunctious?
Well, Meatball's in his crate, and Moxley is trying to do the whole like I'm gonna bark and make you come downstairs kind of deal, but he's just not very good of an actor. So yeah. He tries to do this at night sometimes too, and I'm like, buddy, you're just barking at nothing. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, And Corey said he wouldn't be mad at Wesley Snipes coming back. Yeah, I agree. So just if you can't do it with Marshala for whatever reason, you want to go back to Wesley, fine. Just do a Blade movie for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I even enjoyed Blade Trinity, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was fun.
It had its moments. It's definitely not on par with the first two, but it had its moments.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was Parker Posey and Ryan Reynolds. Just like their scenes together were incredible.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, those two helped the movie out quite a bit.
Yeah.
So even though it irritated me because so like they get Jessica, was it Biel, that played Abigail Whistler, so another character that never existed in the Blade movies, because Whistler also never existed in any of the Blade comics or the Tomb of Dracula or anything like that. And then you get Ryan Reynolds' character who plays Hannibal King, who did exist in the comics, and he's a fucking vampire in the comics, but he's a good vampire that helps out Blade and the Night Stalkers.
Right.
And they don't make him a vampire. So it's like...
Well, no, he was sort of a vampire in the Blade Trinity movie.
Was he?
Because that was part of... He was like Parker Posey's thrall kind of dude. So like...
That's right, yeah. Well, he wasn't a vampire. He was basically just like a what do they call him?
One of her little tattooed minion dudes.
Yes.
And
yeah. So he hadn't been turned yet, basically. So
I think he was like on the route or something. Yeah, there was something like he did have some kind of tie to her. I watched this not too long ago because it was on sale on iTunes and I bought it.
Well, he basically, I think he essentially was like a slave to her. So like he was just a pretty boy that she would drain from time to time if she needed some blood or whatever else. And so he was just part of her little thrall, but he wasn't. He had not been turned into a vampire. He was basically just like a pretty boy blood bank, essentially.
I mean, I get that because it's like Parker Posey wants to suck my blood. I'm down. Like...
Fair enough. Couple more from last week to talk about. Absolute Superman issue number 21. This ends the Teth Adam storyline here. So basically, they introduced Shazam into the Absolute universe, but he's a much more like Black Adam. And of course, we also get Steel introduced in this particular storyline as well. Dude, I mean, this whole storyline with bringing in, Hawkman and Steel and Shazam has been an absolutely fantastic. There's lots of, like the fights between Superman and Shazam are just brutal, absolutely brutal.
Okay.
So it's just good stuff. So like the second run of Jason Aaron's Absolute Superman, like the first run was very kind of like it kind of just took its time amping up, and then basically the crescendo was very big, so it was really good. But this one like just started off just fire from the go. So so definitely a good second series. Next up here, Universal Monsters Blood of the Wolfman number 2. Dude, this has quickly become one of my favorite of the Universal Monsters series here. This is basically a sequel series where basically you got a young teenager who he doesn't know yet, but the reader knows that he is a descendant of Larry Talbot. His whole family has basically gone through the cycle of the werewolf, whether it was like his father is very much kind of like trying to hide their shame, but his mom was definitely a werewolf. Son's a werewolf. He's got other family members that are werewolves. He was responsible. Basically, he was at a party with a bunch of kids, because he's a high schooler, and basically he started turning and he essentially slaughtered everybody at the party. And so it's this really kind of interesting mystery, but it's like he's pretty much convinced that he did it. He always like he says, I feel like I turned into some kind of monster or whatever else. His dad's essentially trying to like basically gaslight him, and let's not think about this, and nothing's wrong and sort of thing like that. But you could totally tell that dad's hiding a whole lot of something, and so it's just really, really good. So I'm sad we're halfway through the storyline already because these Universal Monsters are only like 4 issues each, but man, they're good stuff. And they announced already that the final for all the classic Universal Monsters is going to be The Bride of Frankenstein. And then basically they've kind of run out of the Universal Monsters after that, unless they want to do like some sequel stories or maybe do like Frankenstein versus the Dracula, or even I even joked around and said, wouldn't it be cool if they did like an Abbott and Costello
Right.
book with them, meeting Dracula or Frankenstein or something like that. Something like that'd be fun. Uh,
Absolutely.
Before we start our next bunch of books here, Chris has got a good question here. So, would comic book movies be better or worse if they went entirely by the comics? That's a good question. A lot of times, certain things will be changed in comics, whereas I can't really say I've ever seen a clean page to screen adaptation of any comic before. There's always something that changes, or they leave something out, or whatever else. I would frankly like to see something that's a page to screen, just completely accurate adaptation, just to see. Does it go over? Is the not the core audience lost on this? The folks that don't read comics, will they be lost? I would love to see what that would be.
You have totally forgotten that this has already happened decades ago with Sin City.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, both those Sin City movies. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, my mistake.
No. But see that I think that goes to what you're saying though, because the Sin City movies are remarkable movies, right? But how often do they come up as like cultural touchstones? Because like they're cult movies, very much so. Because this was this was the time when like guys like you and I were going to go see Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino movies.
Mm-hmm.
And the first Sim City did great. The second one bombed like hell.
Yes, it did.
And but part of it too was that they waited another 10 years to make that fucking movie.
Yes.
But yeah. But going back to it, so this is an interesting question because I think it's got different facets to it, right? Because I was really starting to think about like I also, one of my pet peeves is when somebody goes, that movie is so comic book accurate, because technically no movie is comic book accurate in any way, shape, or form. Like you might just have pieces of it, but it's got to translate to film, right? And that may just be me being like a pedantic ass about it, but like that's like the kind of details that always bug the shit out of me. But that being said, like I think that if you take, like we've seen examples of where like whole storylines have been adapted for a movie and made something like I'm going to use like Watchmen as an example.
Yeah.
Like I am a huge fan of the director's cut of Watchmen, right? Like, and as far as adaptations go, it would be considered a more faithful one aside from the ending.
Yeah.
But I think that some of the nuance is lost by it trying to be too panel accurate, because there are times whenever it just tries to be panel accurate, and I think that Snyder isn't given a lot of credit for what his message was trying to be with the movie. Like it was just very much meta, on par with the comic book, but that's lost on a lot of people because they just see him trying to mimic and stylize the comic book.
Yeah.
Same thing with 300 almost, like, except he gets away with it more in 300 because it's more of a bombastic, like double page spread book, right? Like it's supposed to be like this widescreen epic kind of deal.
And it's adapted from an actual historical tale, so, so it's, that one can definitely, leans itself more to much more comic accuracy. But you're right. Yeah. I mean, the copy of 300 I've got's a hardback, like big coffee table book version. Right. So that's when it originally came out. So
yeah. But one more point to this last question. But then there's also the other side of this too. Like, so that character like Batman or Superman, right? Like we've got multiple versions of these characters that have already been made to film. And like, I think there is something to be said that a lot of them have fans in each respect. Like some people prefer some over other versions, right?
Yep.
Like there's some people that like Christopher Nolan's trilogy is going to be like, that is the stamp on Batman, right? Like some people are hardcore Burton fans. Right, that like Returns and Batman 89, those two are like that's it. Some people stand the Schumacher ones, and they think that it's a loving tribute to the campiness of the 60s,
right.
Like but yeah, and Superman, he's got all of his versions, but I think that it can, and they can all be said to be more close or not close to those comic versions too.
Yeah.
And but yeah, they all work for various different reasons, I think.
You're absolutely right. And even with both Superman and Batman, they've never actually fully adapted any specific storyline. They've always taken like little pieces from here and there, Batman Begins has some elements of Batman Year One in it, but not many,
right.
Basically, well, the third Nolan Batman movie has some elements of Nightfall in it because you got Bane and you got the breaking of the back, but that's basically about it. So
it's also crossed with No Man's Land, and like it's got like multiple different storylines going on in there. So
yep.
Animation tries to do more of a one-to-one story adaptation, but even then they change things.
Right, yeah, or they ruin endings or whatever else. So
now, so here's where I'm going to get really weird and kind of meta on the idea of story itself, right?
Okay.
So we're talking about adaptations in and of itself, right? And so you heard about the lady that did that Odyssey translation, like she kind of was like slamming Nolan's movie version of it.
Oh, yeah.
And like if you look at it, she's not slamming the idea of like the adaptation of it, right? Like she even says that in her initial comments, but she's like the Iliad or the Odyssey itself is an adaptation, right? Because you've got like these oral stories that have been like collected and for once like transcribed. That was the performance, was like the compiling of them into this epic poem, right?
Yep.
So like all stories are even kind of like that, right? So it's like you've got like a Batman story, say like Nightfall, right? But it's like that exists like solely in the comics. If you try to put that on the screen as something, you would like you don't really get Batman Nightfall. Like it would be like a 26-hour fucking movie. So it's like you get stuff like The Dark Knight, but it's like you get different adaptations that then in turn like feed into each other as part of like the cycle of story itself.
Yeah.
And
very good point.
Sorry if that is like a weird rambly like
but it's a very good point though. Yeah, but I would be interested to see, you know, something else from like Marvel or DC that's a, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be 100% accurate. There may be some things they can't do or whatever else. You never know. But I would like to see something that's much more screen accurate, like especially adapting a specific storyline. So I wouldn't mind that. And Martin's in the house. Yes, sir. Better late than never. Good to see you. Good to see you. Corey asking that the 89 Batman movie was adapted from multiple issues. Yeah, they took from all sorts of things. I mean, basically, Detective 27, they took a little bit from Year One. You know, so and
straight up made up some shit. And
straight up made up some shit because Joker did not kill his parents. That pissed me off as a kid. Still pisses me off today.
I get it as a movie, though. If you take it isolated from the comics, as a movie choice, it works for the time too. Because you got to remember, they were never planning on making like they're like they didn't know if there was ever going to be a Batman 2, right? So like Burton was trying to tell like one contained story. He just did it in a very bizarre choice. I agree that from a comic book perspective, but from a movie perspective, I do get it.
Yeah, I can see that, but just the whole impetus of their relationship isn't the fact that it's a revenge thing. It's basically they are two sides of the same damn coin, and they essentially can't live without each other. You know, they need each other. Batman needs Joker to go do his schemes and go stop him and you know commit justice, and then eventually Joker busts out of Arkham 6 months later, you know, for his next scheme. So they need that continuous cycle to basically feel validated. And I guess I think it's too psychological for the normie audience. I don't know, but who knows? All right, so our books from this week, and it's all indies this week here. So the indie. Well, also Marvel and DC. It was the 5th week of the month, so they really didn't have a lot coming out. Like Marvel had the Queen in Black #1, which is their big event series, the sequel to King in Black, and it was okay. But the indie stuff definitely rocked it this week here. So from Dark Horse, this is issue 2 of Only the Savage Are Left. So this is basically a kind of a post-apocalyptic sort of thing where there's some sort of plague that has started to turn people not necessarily into zombies, but kind of like these like mutated things. You know, lots of bumpy corpuscles and weird appendages coming out and shit like that, right? And so, of course, when they turn fully, they do become much more animalistic and they attack people, yada, yada. So essentially the gimmick is if you kill a mutant and then burn the body, because basically everybody in this world is infected. So if you burn the body and inhale the smoke from the body, it kind of negates the effects of the mutation for a short period of time. So basically it buys you like a couple of days. So basically people who haven't entirely turned essentially are out there killing these creatures so they can stay somewhat normal, or as close to normal as possible. So our protagonists in this story are a father and son. The father's a badass. He's just a dude. He goes out and gets things done. He's a great hunter, yada, yada, yada. The son, on the other hand, is completely milquetoast, soy boy, beta cuck. They're trying to go find his girlfriend, but he's just completely fucking useless. Freezes up every time he's got to do something, or there's some sort, he's just an absolute fuck up. And so it's really interesting to kind of see this kind of dynamic of like, you got one excellent protagonist and then like the worst protagonist to have in a post-apocalyptic situation. So it almost adds a little level of comedy to it, but not quite. But yeah, but I'm really enjoying that. Of course, Zach Kaplan's the main writer on that one, and I enjoy his stuff. Let's see. Got another one from IDW here. Normally, I have not gotten into the Godzilla stuff that IDW has been doing, but I made an exception for this particular title. The Horror of Godzilla.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be a prequel series, because like they're in this they call the IDW's connected Godzilla universe called the Kai-Sei era, and apparently Kai-Sei is some sort of energy or whatever else. So it may have been responsible for creating Godzilla or even bringing him to our world or something along those lines. But Godzilla and this Kai-Sei energy are connected. So this series is very much definitely a horror story, much more in line with like Godzilla -1, that sort of stuff like that. I wish the book would have been in black and white, because all the preview art I saw was black and white, and it made it even better. But it is in color, in fact. But still, first issue off to a really good start here. So yeah, really enjoyed this.
Okay.
Yeah. This one I know you have zero interest in, but this is definitely one of my picks of the week here. Amp Comics issue 1 of The Greatest American Hero. I love the free preview, free comic book day that this came out. So this is basically the free. If you read the preview, the majority of that preview is in this book, plus a little more. So there is some new footage you haven't seen from the first issue if you read the preview from Free Comic Book Day. But yeah, this is a sequel series. So basically kind of taking place like 25, 30 years after the series ended, which basically saw our lead character, Frank, basically went up with the aliens, basically left Earth, left his family behind, and was supposed to come back shortly. 30 years later, he comes back, and apparently he has a mission of someone to save, possibly his adult son, who wants absolutely nothing to do with him because he basically thinks he's a deadbeat dad, and he's crazy as shit because, hey, you're running around in pajamas and you think you're a superhero. Also, the gimmick in the TV show is basically he lost the instruction manual for the suit, and so he doesn't know how it works and how his powers work. That hasn't really been corrected, so he's still fairly clueless about how to use his powers. But since it's a comic, we can kind of do a little bit more superhero stuff than we could on basically a early 80s TV show. And of course, they do have the likeness rights for William Catt, so that is his face all over the book. So yeah, if you're a fan of the TV show back in the day, highly recommend checking this out. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, it was just a little too. It was just a little too before my time.
Yeah. Basically, probably about maybe a good 3 or 4 years before your time. Yeah. So. Basically, a couple of you picked up yourself that you'll get validated on here. I am so sad to see this go, but the finale, issue 6 for Thundar the Barbarian, and it is pretty. They wrap this up pretty well, a definitive ending. So, but god damn, this was so good.
It was far better than it had any right to be, yeah.
I mean, Jason Aaron, the writer on this one here, Cooper Ball doing the main art, but oh my God, it was so good. So yeah, if you love the show back in the day, there's no, if that book went monthly, I'd buy every issue. Yeah, it's like any Dynamite Thundar stuff, grab it for me. Yeah. Oh yeah, if they do some more, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a lot of times there's some series that start off well, they maybe end, poorly or whatever else. Every issue of Thundar was a banger. There's not a bad issue in that 6-issue run. It's like, oh, that you can tell it was a labor of love from Jason. See, because I think he and I are about the same age, or maybe he's a little younger than me. But yeah, you could tell he grew up on the show just as much as I did and you did. But it's,
yeah. The art in that book too is just it's incredible. It's like, yeah, I would put it up. It's like something you would see in classic heavy metal.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
like, yeah.
100%. And our last pick of the week here, and again, you're going to dig this one here. Conan number 33, starting a new storyline with Miss Valeria.
Nice.
Yeah, she's in the bigs here. And we're on a pirate ship doing pirate things. You know, she and Conan are hanging out in the ship doing, whatever stuff, poisoning the mini mast or whatever the fuck they call that shit. I don't know anything about boats. Basically they're supposed to be going to some sort of island looking for whatever else. They get there and shit gets pear-shaped real quick. So, and of course, they barely make it there because the ship is attacked by a spectral force, perhaps. So, yeah. So, good stuff. Yeah. So, good old Conan stuff. But it's nice to see Valeria in the book. She hasn't been in yet. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that in there.
Nice.
All right. A couple more comments before we get to our topic du jour here. Let's see, Chris saying, we'll look at Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. They left out so many characters and a giant part of the actual story. You're absolutely right. They essentially got the story, the actual crux of it. Thanos comes to Earth with the Infinity Stones and all that kind of stuff, and a bunch of people die, and then they all come back, and everybody kicks Thanos' ass. But yeah, like no Silver Surfer, no Adam Warlock, two essential parts of the storyline.
No death.
No death, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is that, Thanos' idea is that, I just want to, take out half the population of the world because we have too many people. Or the universe or whatever else. No. In the comics, he's trying to impress a chick. And that chick is Death herself.
Yep.
Yes, because, he's got a huge heart-on for her. And guess what? She don't want nothing to do with him. Matter of fact, in a much later storyline, she had a choice of Deadpool over Thanos. She chose Deadpool.
He is the more interesting one, really. But
yeah, he's more fun, too. Yeah. So, but yeah. Yeah, Thanos, way too stuffy. And your chin, it looks like a butt. So, just saying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Corey saying, agreed, they did leave out big chunks. Hope Dungeon Crawler Carl follows more of the comics and the books, of course. Yeah. I was just saying, well, of course, you've got the Fuzzy Door Productions, Seth MacFarlane's production company, doing the Dungeon Crawler Carl stuff. The books are extremely popular. The comics have become popular. The audiobooks. Dude, the audiobooks.
I'm telling you, dude, you will need to listen to the audiobooks.
Yeah, I think I need to get on the audiobooks there.
You've read the comic, but I'm telling you, man, that like you got to at least experience it in print. You got to experience the original in some format.
Yeah,
right? Like,
I agree. Yeah, but yeah, of course, I keep seeing a lot of ads for Audible because, of course, the audiobooks for Dungeon Crawler Carl are hugely popular right now, and I think the main voice actor does, primarily all the voices for all the characters.
I'm going to say, unless otherwise noted, he does all the voices.
Oh, he does all? Okay, yeah.
To the point where it's like people didn't believe that he was doing them at first. It is like a radio production. Right, like with how good that he does with the voices, to the point where it's like there is actually like now like a fully produced radio style version with more sound effects and music cues. Yeah, it's the audio immersion tunnel version.
Sweet.
which is great too. Yeah, and it's like Jeff Hayes also does Carl and Donut and all them too. Now I will say, if you listen to the audiobook version, about the first two books, Carl sounds like a bad Patrick Warburton impersonation.
Yeah,
you got to get past that, but Donut will keep you hooked the whole time. Don't worry.
You mentioned that before, so yeah. So I remember you saying that. So, but yeah, I said it's a very. Of course, they do like some modulation with his voice or something like that. If he's got to change it up a little bit like that.
Oh,
so there's some effects that are done there too to kind of give some separation. for the characters. But yeah, it's extremely impressive that one dude does all those voices. So there's a lot of fucking characters in those books.
What is really cool too is when he's doing the audiobooks, because the Matt Denham, the writer, he'll write them first, right? And then Jeff Hayes, the bugs are terrible this year. But Jeff Hayes is like he'll get the book afterwards, and then he'll do the audio book, right? So he'll do the live or line recordings on Twitch, and people can just watch like as he records the lines for the audio book. Nice. It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say Hayes was at San Diego, and there's some video I saw of like there was some sort of hall that he was in where he's basically kind of like up on like the balcony area. There's people down below, and he's basically just like doing a reading from one of the books. Of course, he does all the voices. I mean, so he had a huge crowd for that, you know. So that was pretty cool. White Sox got a comment here, said that I felt like that was confirmed that Wesley was going to be back as Blade with Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, you know, I kind of felt that same way too when they brought in Wesley, and the fans after watching Blade, what Deadpool and Wolverine were clamoring over that. It kind of felt like they kind of killed the Mahershala Ali Blade. I agree.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, Corey said that Jeff Hayes is the Mel Blanc of his time period. Good analogy, sir.
Yeah.
Nice. Like that. Yes, sir. All right. Well, our topic du jour this evening, we talking wrestling. We've got 2 nights of SummerSlam this year. And so we get to night 1's matches here. And of course, we have 6 matches.
Big matches over 2 nights.
Yep. Basically, at first it was only like 5 on one night and 4 on the other. And then finally we got built up where now we're 6 and 6. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, this is going to be a short ass SummerSlam with 4 matches one night. But no, we're 6 and 6 now. So obviously our main event will be CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title. I don't need to tell you who I'm siding with at this point here. I don't think.
I hope Cody beats the shit out of Punk.
He won't.
He will. Cody's going to take it back. Yeah.
I'm wondering though, because basically Cody's got a movie coming out here in October. So I'm wondering if something will happen to Cody that is going to cause him to have to take off a couple of months because he's got to go promote Street Fighter.
You know, call me crazy, but I think that we're gonna actually see there's potential that we could see the WWE title on the Street Fighter press junket going around, because I can see TKO really getting into that media partnership, because they have been leaning in to the Street Fighter promos. You know, like, yeah, especially since they got Roman and Cody doing it. I can absolutely see, and especially since the Street Fighter thing's like based off of a tournament. Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
It's a good point.
It's got potential. Plus, I just want to see him beat the shit out of CM Punk. So that's another story. Yeah.
Well, I hope it's at least a good match, though.
Yeah. You know, that is the thing, though. It's like my dislike for Punk personally aside, like, he is a good performer, and I believe that will be an incredible match.
Yeah.
Like, either way it goes, like it oddly enough might not be my most anticipated match of the night, but we'll get to that.
Chris is saying you could feel there's going to be interference. I agree. Oh, of course, it's double count out.
Oh, shit. Oh man, what if it's like just the old school Dusty finish?
Ooh, there you go. And of course, our other lead title match here, the women's world title, Liv Morgan, the champion, against Io Sky. I want Liv to retain.
Yeah. I would be happy if Io won, but I love Liv as the women's champ right now.
Yeah, to be honest, I respect Io's talent. She is a good performer, but she does nothing for me.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, in War Games matches, she would do the. What was she? Was it Kyrie or was it her that would do the whole thing where she put a trash can on her head and jump off every?
No, that's Io. Io likes putting trash cans on her head. Yeah.
Okay.
That's her thing. Yeah. Basically, I liked Io the first time when she was called Asuka. So
Damn.
So I'm just saying. The 2 matches I'm actually looking the most forward to, which I think are going to be very interesting. First off, Hell in a Cell, Brock and Oba.
Now, see, I wonder, like, Brock has a history of opening shows, So it's like, do you think they're going to start the show with a Hell in a Cell?
Possibly.
Yeah, or one of the 6 men. I don't know, but
I think if you want to start off hot, start off with Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Brock fan, but I mean, I'll watch a Hell in a Cell match. They're always interesting.
My thing too. Yeah, I like Oba. He needs to go over in this one. This is basically the rubber match between the two of them. So yeah, I want Oba to go over. The interesting thing, and I don't like this because I personally don't like Lesnar, but apparently in his later years, he's apparently become Mr. Nice Guy. And
because Vince isn't there to protect his sorry.
Yeah. No, but he's basically offering a lot of help and advice to people, and he apparently has taken Oba under his wing during this whole thing, and basically kind of teaching him a lot of the ropes and the shit like that. So while that is a good thing, it still pisses me off because I'm like, I want to hate you, you son of a bitch.
I mean, he could be having one of them Shawn Michaels face turns, where it's like, I don't know. I ain't gonna be a hater. I've been having too good of a day.
Good point. Let's see here. White Sox is saying, unfortunately, Io's been phoning it in for years. I agree. Yeah, she's been incredible, but just showing her. But yeah, she's just enjoying the time. Yeah, exactly. It's just, frankly, the majority of the roster of WWE is phoning it in. So there are not many who are like really standing out, going, "Woo, that guy is doing something," or "That girl is doing something," or "Oh, did you see that promo?" I mean, like Grayson Waller on NXT this week came out and did like a pipe bomb-esque promo, and it's fucking Grayson Waller. Who cares?
Right.
No one cares. Shut up. Yeah. It's like, you had excuse me. You had your time, you had your turn, you failed, bye-bye.
Right.
Go away. Eric saying that Hell in a Cell is going to be fire. Yes, Oba definitely needs the rub. I agree, and I think he's going to win it too.
I mean, it is two monsters in a steel cage, right?
Yeah, it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Oba doesn't win, and that will be I hope he does. I hope he wins.
I think he will. Brock is willing to lay down for people,
and seeing as there's that awkward situation too, where basically the last match they had, Brock basically retired. But I think TKO basically told him, no, we're not done with you yet.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he fucking took off his gear and was crying and hugging Paul Heyman and told him he loved him in the ring and, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, he fucking retired. And TKO was like, no, your servitude is not quite done yet, sir.
Just when you think you're out, they pull you back in.
Oh, here we go. Yes, our next topic, Aldis and Gunther.
Yes,
this is going to be the match.
That is the match of the night for me. The match I'm most interested in, because Nick Aldis, how long has it been since he's been in the ring?
It's been a while. Basically, his NWA run. Let's see when they did with the 700 was him and Cody for the 10 pounds of gold.
Right.
That was 2016.
I'm gonna see if I can look that up.
It was before the pandemic. It was before AEW. Essentially, it kind of almost led to the birth of AEW and the All Out special or All In special they did. So, White Sox says, "I can't wait for that match, Magnus." Yeah. So that's the thing too. Cornette on the most recent episode of the Experience was talking about like, I hope they get like some footage from Billy Corgan for his NWA run, so we get like a good history package on like, hey, if you didn't know that Nick Aldis could actually go, but he looks like he can go, but he can go, so yeah. Oh, All In 2018 is what White Sox says. Was that Cody and Aldis for the belts? I thought it was before that. Yeah, I could have swore that was NWA 700 that they did, or the 70 episode, not 700, the 70th anniversary of NWA. That show they did for the 10 pounds of gold. Yeah, I thought it was before All In. I don't know.
According to this, it's been 1,055 days since Nick Aldis's last match, and that was 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I don't even know if that's true or not. That's on the Chris Van Vliet
Oh,
Facebook
Fleet.
headline.
Yeah.
Vliet, yeah. Sorry, Vliet.
Fleet. Yes.
Yeah, I've been calling him Valet for all this time.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
fortunately, if you listen to his podcast, he has a theme song that has his name in it several times, kind of like the Chuck Norris cartoon where they say Chuck Norris like 20 times in 2 minutes. So yeah. Chris Van Vliet has a theme song with his name in it. So
Yeah.
of course, it's not a great theme song because it sounds like it's like, I don't know, like, the guys from Saliva had a rough day, and so they decided to do a theme song for a podcaster. So yeah. I don't know.
But I do want to talk about this match a little more though.
Yes, yeah, please.
Just because, like, yeah, Nick Aldis, like, I loved him in the NWA. Like, his NWA run was fantastic. Like, I was actually upset with Billy Corgan because I bought like the 10 pounds of gold rivalry box set with Nick Aldis and Cody, right?
Yeah.
That was going on, except it didn't have the fucking matches. It was just a compilation of the YouTube shorts, and I'm like, fucking really? Because yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
What the
Anyway,
hell, man?
but I digress. Yeah, that, I mean, Nick Aldis was like, he was truly like a classic style wrestler back, yeah, during that era. The Magnus run, like, as Magnus in TNA, he was great too.
Right.
You know, and I'm really happy that WWE is letting him wrestle, or he's wrestling again. I don't know if they're letting him. Well, they're not letting him, obviously. But especially between Gunther, like, those two styles of wrestling, like that's gonna be an interesting match. That's gonna be like a Steven Regal level match, I think.
Yeah. It definitely may be the match of the night, because you've got probably the best worker in the company right now being Gunther, and then basically Nick Aldis, who hasn't worked on a regular basis in a while, but he could definitely go and is an excellent worker. So yeah. This is going to be a hell of a good match.
I think he's kept himself in fairly good ring shape too.
Oh, I guarantee he has. I mean, look at it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the Greek god, except he's British. But yeah, anyway, it looks great. I still see Gunther going over in this match because I don't see.
Oh, probably so. Yeah.
I
don't see Nick Aldis coming back full time.
No. Yeah, this is kind of like a nice one-off storyline here. But I mean, granted, there's been a lot of fans who've asked for, is Nick ever going to wrestle a match? Is Adam Pearce ever going to wrestle a match? Because both of them are still in good shape and both of them can go. So hopefully this kind of opens the door for maybe, eventually Pearce maybe getting a match, or eventually maybe getting some sort of like, bragging rights match, or getting like, the general manager of SmackDown versus the general manager of Raw, sort of thing like that.
Right.
So I think it'd be tight too. Chris says that he can't stand Gunther, and if Gunther wins, we riot.
Oh, damn. Okay.
All right. Feels strongly about that.
Right.
Now, Eric, on the other hand, is saying that the 6-man tag may be entertaining. He likes all the participants. So we've got the new bloodline of the Usos and Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys Powerhouse Hobbs. I fucking hate that Royce Keys name. Fucking Powerhouse. And then LA Knight. The face turn suddenly of Solo Sikoa, I don't trust that as far as I can throw the damn guy. There's a turn coming somewhere, or a screw job or something.
I could almost see a turn happening during that match, but I'm with Eric. I think that is going to be an entertaining match, because all 6 of those dudes know how to go.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Even though I can't stand the Usos, I love Jacob, but I can't stand the Usos.
See, it's like I dig the Usos. It's like sometimes they can be irritating, but overall, like, no, I love them.
Jimmy and Jay throw the worst worked punches I've ever seen in any wrestling.
Okay.
Like P.S. Michael Hayes can throw a better punch than the Usos can.
Damn,
and his punches were shitty.
Yeah, they were awful.
Yeah. Mr. Badstreet can do a much better punch than these fuckers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bang bang, the bang pew pew. Yeah. Drop the gimmick, please. Drop it. I hate that shit. And then, of course, we have the women's 6-woman tag match of the Bellas and Paige versus Fatal Influence. Bathroom break.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't care.
That's the pee break match.
Nika doesn't care either, she said.
Oh, well, I agree with Mika. Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin says that yes, a lot has changed, but he's still waiting for the event every single year and still gets a lot out of it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's much like WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble and Survivor Series. It is the big event, the big quarterly
It's
events, stuff like that. So
it's
yeah,
part of summer, yeah.
yeah. So there is some pomp and circumstance, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So there's still something there you know, to revel in. But yeah, hopefully it's like I said, I see night one being the better show than I do night two. So we'll see about that one.
Night two's got some potential to me, yeah.
Okay. White Sox says yes, their super kicks are worse than their punches. Yeah, I want a complete ban on the super kick.
Okay, it has been used a lot.
Yes, like basically you had Chris Adams who used to do it back in the day in Texas, and then Shawn Michaels started doing it later on in the late 80s. Those guys do it really well.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Fuck the rest of them. Stop the goddamn super kick party. Stop it. Ooh, Chris says Haku just showed up on SmackDown. What?
Oh, damn.
Dude, I tell you what, Haku may be an old man, but I will not ever poke the panda on that gentleman.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, he's with the MFTs. Oh, well, never mind. No. Yeah, I got excited there for a second. I was like, damn, Haku's back. Yeah, kick ass. Ooh. Yeah. Eric says bourbon break during the women's tag.
yeah, exactly.
Amen to that. Yeah, refill our drinks on that one there. All right, let's talk night dose or two, as they normally say here. We've got our big main event here: Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins again for the world title match again. But on the other hand, two excellent workers. Good history, good rivalry, could be a good match. Maybe.
I was gonna say it could be a good match. Both of them have it in them. If you can just stop Seth from getting injured.
Yeah, I kind of hope this may be like the end of it. Right. they wrestle and they never wrestle each other again. I'd kind of like that because they're kind of getting into like Triple H Rock territory.
Fair.
We've seen this match way too many times.
Yeah.
So we'll see there. Oh, and White Sox says Haku is generally one of the scariest people I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, well, it seems here's the thing though. Like apparently everybody who knows Haku personally, so like, oh, he's just a lovely man. He's a wonderful, warm person. It's like, yeah, I could totally see that. He looks like a nice grandfather, but he's also a complete and utter badass still to this day, though the man's in his late 70s. So it's like, I still won't fuck with him. I would be afraid to shake his hand. Oh, for sure. Oh, here we go. Eric saying Danhausen and Dom is getting yeah. Dude, Human Money's on a pole match.
I can't wait for this match. It's talk about two people that like Danhausen just being white hot right now, and Dom being Dom, right? Somebody that nobody ever thought would be as over as he fucking was. Dare I say the second coming of Eddie Guerrero, if I may. Pretty damn close to it, up there with that. The closest equivalent right now, anyway. This match is just going to be hysterical and so much fun. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it should be. But yeah, I just love that Human Money's on a pole.
Yes.
Oh, Corey saying talk about the Roman Seth match. It says Dean Ambrose from the Shadows returns.
Oh shit. What if like they just brought out like they put somebody else behind the Dean Ambrose gimmick? Oh man, can you imagine what the shitstorm that would start with people?
Or at least as like a distraction or something like that, they bring up his old video or something like that. Like they just start playing the entrance video in the middle of the match.
Oh yeah, just the graphic. Oh shit.
Yeah, people would go nuts.
Yeah. Damn.
Let's see. Eric's saying that he thinks that Gable and Penta is going to be back. I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one too. We know Penta can go and Gable can fucking go too. Like those are two dudes that I cannot wait That's going to
And
be a classic IC title match. It really is.
you're absolutely right. And the whole thing, too, is that Gable spent so much time in AAA, so he's gotten much more comfortable with the Lucha Libre style of wrestling. So, yeah, he can basically make Penta's shit look real good while doing his own stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So, I agree with Eric. That's the one match of the night I'm looking the most forward to. The world title might be cool, but yeah, I'm really looking for this IC match. Yeah,
But
100%.
between this one and Danhausen and Dom are the two matches on night 2 that I'm really looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like 5 out of the 6 matches are going to be bangers from fuck though, just because of who's in them.
Yeah, I agree. Then we've got for the U.S. title match here, the Lemon Peppa Steppa Trick Willie versus Baron Corbin. Here's the thing. The Baron Corbin comeback is interesting because he's been in MLW for some time now, kind of revamping himself, and he and Dominic Dijakovic have been tag team champions. Well, they did a storyline where they thought Baron left, or like MLW like fired Baron, and so they had to basically come in with a replacement guy to be the other tag champ with Dijak. But apparently, Baron is going to be a wrestler of two worlds because he is apparently still under contract with MLW, and so they're going to allow him to do some MLW stuff as well as being in the WWE.
Interesting. I know that MLW was owed some favors from WWE because WWE let the War Games trademark lapse, and MLW got it along with a couple of other things. But yeah,
and they do like 2 years worth of War Games before WWE took it back.
And it was War Games, and there was something else that was that MLW snatched up. Court Bauer's a dirty genius, right? MLW is like that's a promotion that like people sleep on, but it's really good actually.
I agree. Yeah. Matt, I've gotten so bored with WWE and AEW, I've basically started turning more to MLW and AAA. I need to check out TNA and see what they're like these days. I hear both things. I hear like, oh, it's just a fucking terrible show. It's so low rent. It's the worst TNA's ever been. But then I hear people like, no, actually, there's some good stuff, and they're starting to kind of figure it out, sort of thing. So I was like, okay, we'll see. So, and Chris says he doesn't like that Baron Corbin's back. So, well, there you go.
I missed Baron Corbin. I enjoyed him. I know he's been in MLW, but I do like the Baron Corbin character, I should say.
I like him when he's basically the badass, the big dude, wherever else. When he was like down in his luck and wearing a dirty shirt, and then basically he made some money, and now he's wearing like Tommy Bahama shirts and bullshit and smiling. Like, that was stupid. Just make him a badass big dude. Just stop.
Right.
Stop. Corey says that Corbin's got lack technical skills. Don't know if he's gotten better. His work has gotten much better. So, yeah, I agree there. So, let's see here. White Sox says that he's been so out of the show. This is the first time he's seen the lineup. Saturday clearly clears Sunday easily. Yeah, I think Sunday, Seth has a point, though. I think Sunday we've got some matches that may be better than we think they are going to be. But, yeah, for me, I'm still much more looking forward to the Saturday matches than I am the Sunday matches, but we will see though. So, Martin's saying that he loves what I love about Lucha Libre is the high fly action and the really good acrobatics. And well, in me, I love that part. I love just the whole cultural thing about it too. There's just a lot about Lucha Libre that's like I see like there's wrestling and then there's Lucha Libre, which is almost like a completely different animal. It's almost kind of like what wrestling should have been, because Lucha Libre is so embedded into the culture. There's still people who believe in it, who are, don't see it as fake or any kind of bullshit like that. Like, it's still very, very important. These are heroes. You believe in them. You hate the villains, stuff like that. So Lucha Libre is something that's very, very special and always has been.
That's what I love so much about it, especially when you get into stuff like the Santo movies or whatever. And I love that they started putting those like on discs and shit. I've got like 5 or 6 of those now. But but stuff like Lucha Underground, man. We have sung the praises of that show. Like just like yeah,
Yep.
that was probably a lot of people's first like exposure to like real lucha, quote unquote, or at least like that particular flavor with guys. And like yeah, we need to do like a Lucha Underground special. You know,
Okay.
yeah, we need that.
Twist my arm.
Right, yeah, no, I need to. Yeah, I've been looking for an excuse to rewatch Lucha Underground, so this will be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I need to do some rewatches. So yeah, basically, Lucha Underground was basically Lucha Libre with a budget.
Yeah,
because they could
yeah.
do like backstage like vignettes with like special effects and good cameras, good lighting and stuff like that. Yeah.
To me, like Lucha Underground became like that show that was that like you had those Santo movies, right? Like where it's like in one movie, like he'd be like helping like this village fight bandits away, or or whatever. And then like in the next one, he'd be fighting zombies or the mummy or some shit, right?
Or vampires, or
yeah,
whatever.
or vampires. So it's like, and like people just like, there's this dude walking around with a mask on, and it's just El Santo. So people are like, oh, okay, yeah, he's cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was not like he was the superhero wrestling character, and like man, I wish that WWE would have like when they were doing the whole WWE Films deal. Like if they would make movies based on the characters that they were doing, right? Like so some of the action movies were cool. Like I liked them in like like an 80s action movie kind of way.
Yeah.
Right. But can you imagine like a siege movie with the Shield, right? Like where you've got like all three of them doing like a raid kind of deal, like fighting terrorists, that style, or like yeah, you remember how they did Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, where it was everybody was in their own was their wrestling character just doing schemes and shit. Do that in live action, man. Make movies based off of that. Like they were so close with that See No Evil horror franchise with Kane as the slasher.
Yep.
But like, yeah, oh man, they could have ran with that shit. Like, yeah, you could have had horror franchise, you could have had your comedy deals. WWE Films failed because I was not there to guide that fucking ship.
Well, I mean, there was no guidance. I don't think it was like, hey, we're going to make some movies and put wrestlers in them. Are the movies good? No, who cares? No,
I mean, some of them were okay. Like I'm gonna defend that OG 12 rounds, man. Like with,
I will. The 12 rounds with Randy Orton is a good movie. Actually, the sequel with your boy Dean wasn't bad either.
Yeah, as far like for a Die Hard clone, like that was actually that was up there. Yeah, I do have to admit that I like that movie far more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
What was that other movie that they did? Cage Fighter, where it was John Moxley, and there was the dude that was John Moxley was the wrestler, and then there was the cage fighter who was talking shit about wrestlers, but he goes to wrestle Mox, and but Mox is like in the movie, his character is like just this fucking like steamroll, like brutal fucking wrestler dude that wins the MMA title from this guy.
I never saw that one. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's a really good movie, and like it's like it's more of a sports focused movie.
Okay.
But but Moxley's like he's a wrestler. Yeah, he gets to show off a little more acting in that. He's still himself, but yeah,
I get it. Okay. So White Sox says that MLW's live show was one of the funniest live experiences, or funnest live experiences I've ever had. I saw MJF at like 21 and a young Shane Strickland. Yeah, nice. I definitely. MLW's where I saw MJF for the first time. Definitely Jacob Fatu. So yeah, a lot of really good talent that's come out of
MLW. Yeah, the first time I saw MJF and MLW, he was with the Dynasty with Richard Holiday and Hammerstone. Yep. And what the fuck happened to Hammerstone anyway?
He came to NXT for about 5 seconds. I guess it didn't work out, and then he was in Impact for TNA for a little bit, and then he went back to MLW. So
okay,
but he's back in MLW, but he is nowhere near what he once was. So I believe the bloom has fallen off the rose for him. So
there was the Dynasty was great. Like there was that period where the New Hart Foundation was awesome with
yes.
But before Teddy Hart went off the deep end again, when you had Pillman Jr. and fucking Davey Boy Jr. and shit, yeah.
God, Teddy fucking Hart.
Teddy fucking Hart, man. Shit, God, we could do, yeah.
Oh my God.
Have they done a dark side on him yet?
No, but there's that documentary that Peacock did on him, where you don't need to do Dark Side. Just watch that documentary.
No, that documentary was weird though, because at some point it stopped being about that guy or about Teddy Hart and started being about like that guy's upset that his cats were being overshadowed by Teddy Hart. Or
Yeah,
yeah,
and that there's the documentary takes some weird turns, but yeah, that if you want to know anything about Teddy Hart, go find the doc on Peacock.
yeah,
It's like that you want to talk about a dude that had all the gifts. He had the name, he had the talent, and he's just fucking
he's
yeah.
crazier than a shithouse rat. Yeah.
100%. But he still thinks he's great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chris is just some characters are just boring. I mean, I would agree with that. There's some.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be for anybody in wrestling. There's some that connect with you, and there's some that don't. So it's,
absolutely. Different strokes for different folks. Nothing wrong with that.
100%. White Sox say that let him know when we do the Lucha Underground special. I'm all in for that. Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh yeah, the missed opportunity for WWE Films. Undertaker is a serial killer.
Yes, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you could have Undertaker as a serial killer, or like you could even do like what American Badass Undertaker would be, like this badass bounty hunter biker dude or some shit. Yeah, you got like oh dude, WWE Films was just it was just too close to the sun, man. They just failed by not
missed opportunity there. Yeah, I mean, granted, they could have even done kind of like a Lone Wolf McQuaid thing with fucking Rock and Austin in a movie.
Yeah,
something. I don't know. All right, our other two matches we haven't talked about yet here: Sami Zayn and Finn Balor for a #1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight title. Could be a good match.
No, possibly. I mean that's going to be a great match, I think. But the problem is, it's like you just got two workhorses, and it's like. I feel like this match was almost kind of an afterthought being built up to.
I agree.
Yeah. It shouldn't have been. It's almost just like, we needed a match on the card. We know that these two are going to deliver something good, which is fine. It's like they got if anybody's going to steal the show, it might be these two. But
possibly, yeah. I still think though our show stealers still going to be Penta and Gable. I still think that's totally fair. That's going to be a match tonight. And then lastly, for the interim WWE champion women's title, the 5-way women's ladder match here. We've got Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, and Chelsea Green. And then our mystery fifth opponent will basically be, I think there's a match tonight on SmackDown between Julia and Lash Legend. So it'll be one of the two of them will be the fifth person in there. Yeah. Again, I love Chelsea. I absolutely love Chelsea. I think she's great. I hope she wins. She probably won't. So I gotta just not give too much of a shit. If Chelsea wins, then this match will be much better for me. But for the most part, bathroom break #2.
I was gonna say Chelsea Green is the reason why I would pay attention to that match, just because she's fucking great. I love watching her and Matt Cardona on Instagram and shit.
Well, I mean, the thing with Chelsea is like there's always something she will do in the match, a moment that's like. Just it's perfect for her character where basically like she acts like the chicken shit heel, tries to do some stuff and whatever else. I mean, she is so good at that. And just such a reliable, like she can go in the ring, she's a reliable performer. Yeah, they really I know they like her there. There's a lot of fans, but there's also kind of like, oh, she's never gonna be, she's kind of at this part of the level, but she's not like this level. That's bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, you give her the keys, she will drive you home, and you will get there safely.
Exactly.
So there you go. There's our lineup for SummerSlam for this year. So, like I said, Saturday for me is still definitely the better show. I think. For me, I'm looking more forward to most of the matches there. Like basically, at least 3 matches here. With Cody and Punk, Brock and Oba going through.
Right.
Yeah, I think there. And, really, I'm looking most forward to Penta and Gable. I agree with you. I think the Dom and Danhausen match is going to be entertaining. So Sunday is going to be the night that's going to have to win me over, I think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm going for that. So
that's fair. I mean, I'm looking for, like, I think it's going to be 2 solid nights of great wrestling, honestly.
I hope so, yeah.
At least, yeah. And it's like, this is probably the most excited I've been for a SummerSlam in quite some time. So and it's like a part of. I mean, I think it's going to be a good show, but then it's like I'm just excited to have all the boys together again. You
Yeah,
know, and like
totally. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's really, it's like, come for the wrestling, stay for getting to hang out with the fellas. So,
exactly. Yeah, my dogs are going to be worth a shit in the next 2 days. Yeah. Oh man.
I'm gonna get all the meatball lovin's. He's gonna be on my lap and
Uh
stepping on
huh.
my nuts all night. So I
Yep.
don't care. So and Mox will be trying for some attention as well. So he's going to have competition with Meatball.
He has become more assertive with his want for attention. So he is not. Yeah, trust me, he is not being a pushover boy. He is.
He has
Yeah.
learned.
He is learning. Yeah, there's still sometimes where Meatball's just a little too aggressive for him, but Moxley is like he takes advantages of situations now. So.
Well, you posted you sent us a picture a week or so ago that was hilarious because it was a picture of you and we could just basically see your legs and see Moxley was laying on your lap, and then across the room on the couch was Meatball staring at you with this "why have you forsaken me" kind of look.
Yeah, it's like you son of a bitch, you have betrayed me. What? Why? Why?
It's like I have one lap and two dogs, so y'all got
Right?
to take
Yeah.
turns.
If we could figure it out with both of you, I'd be in hell, but we'd do it, somehow. But it's got to be one at a time.
Yeah. Two very solid boys laying on you thinking they're just
Oh
left on.
gosh,
So,
that's it. Yeah, I am a boy dog dad.
hmm
And that's like, oh man, like it's two boys, man. They're like, uh,
Oh, they're ram
anyway.
bugs. We love them though.
Yeah, I
Yes, we
wouldn't trade it for shit. Yeah.
hell yeah. Let's see here. Before we wrap things up here, going back to a little music here that we haven't talked about a little bit here. Have you heard both the new offerings from Anthrax? Because they got a new album coming out here in a little bit.
No, I have not.
Yeah, so of course this is Joey Belladonna, back singing with him. It has been for some time, but this is a new studio album. So there are two singles released right now. The first one was called "It's for the Kids," which is basically about like gun violence and kids getting shot in school, and that's a really good fucking song.
Right.
And then their newest one called "The Edge of Perfection," which Scott Ian has basically said this may be the defining Anthrax song. And I can see why he means it because there's like multiple guitar solos in there, and it's like the new Anthrax, like this record is going to be something special, I think, for metal
Yeah.
fans.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit. Oh
so
damn! I didn't realize it's been so long since an Anthrax album.
yeah,
Wow.
it's been a little bit. So,
Shit.
but yeah, like this one may be special. So like I
Yeah.
said, only two singles are out right now, but God, they're both bangers. So yeah. Martin says that his pity weighs 3 kilograms more than me and considers himself being a chihuahua. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Meatball's also a pity mix, and he has decided that that if I am downstairs, he is in my lap or
hmm
near me in some way, shape, or he has to be like that big lump that's the most uncomfortable thing. Yeah, and
Yeah. Well, of course, I mean, when I,
uh,
first met him, I was coming over to the house when and first met him. He was, all over me, wanting lovin's and attention, had no problem hopping in my lap on the couch and hanging out and getting lovin's and belly rubs and shit. And then at the end of the night, when I'm leaving, he's barking at me, nipping at me, and blocking the door because he didn't want me to leave.
yes, he does not like when his friends come over. He gets upset when it's time to go home. We have to put
Yes.
Meatball up because Meatball wants his friends to stay. And it's like sometimes I have trouble getting out the door going to work in the morning because
hmm
Meatball decides that. Now there was one morning he did try and block the door on me as well. He sat his big little ass in front of the door and barked at me to try and stop me from. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
yeah,
and of course, both Meatball and Moxley are units. Like they are big old boy dog, like
yeah,
whoa dog. Yeah, so yeah, so
uh,
yeah. Good luck trying to rope them both in. So
yeah.
all right. Well, I guess this one's gonna be a little bit of a shorter show here than we normally do, but that's okay because I'm getting hungry. So
That's fair. Yeah, I could eat actually. Yeah,
yeah, I
I
got some Sam's Club sushi waiting on me in the fridge there. So
okay.
yeah, don't sleep on Sam's Club and Kroger sushi. Don't sleep on them. They're very
Yeah,
good.
Kroger sushi's pretty good. I've had that before. Meyer sushi ain't bad either. I've had that too.
We don't have. I wish we had a Meyer around here. There's one that's like closer to Louisville and Dixie Highway, but it's like way far out. So
Yeah, it's just not convenient for you. But yeah,
not
Meyer's just right down the road for me, so it's
exactly.
like, yeah.
See, that's what when I still lived in Indiana, I would go to granted I would go to the New Albany Meyer, where it's like it still was like 20 minutes out of my way, but it's like man, like they had great deli, great produce, whatnot. So yeah, I've just always been a fan of Meyer. So. But alas, I haven't visited one in quite some time. But oh well.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we're about ready to have like our third Kroger just opened up here. It's a giant, super mega Kroger, and there's a Publix coming in. So I mean, we got crazy shit coming in all over the place. Here.
Right,
so,
right.
You know, a Wawa gas station just opened up. People get excited about that. It's like it's a gas station.
Yeah, the Wawa opened up here and people were like waiting outside for it to open and shit. And it's like, y'all, like it'll still be the same thing like in a week when people don't care. Like it's a fucking gas station. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, like people going crazy over Buc-ee's and shit like that. I'm like, it's a gas station.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, they serve food and everything's branded and this like it's a gas station.
Right. I don't get excited when I go to Menards and buy their circus peanuts. They're just there and they're cheap, right? It's like I didn't make like I don't fucking follow go store hopping for their shit. Anyway, yeah.
It was just like Gordon always jokes around about it's like all that gas station's open now, so it's going to attract people and make them not watch wrestling on TV or something like that. So yeah, so the Wawa's about to open in E-Town, man. So consider ratings down for everything there. So
yeah.
Oh, Martin says Sam's Club sushi, does it speak? No, it's dead. Like sushi normally is. Is it made of Chinese people? No, because that's a Japanese thing. Nobody just worried about no. Don't worry about me. Sam's Club sushi is very very good. Yeah. So Eric says, I don't know, man. You seem excited every time we're at Menards.
Dude, Menards is one of the greatest stores on earth. Yeah, fuck them bastards at Rural King. Menards all the way, and that one's for you, Eric. I got an old lady to her loudly exclaims, "Rural King sucks." Well, the last time we were at Menards, so I'll tell you this. We'll tell you the story for that one tomorrow, George. So
far out. Well, cool, man. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in and chatting with us. We appreciate you one and all. And of course, we love hearing from you guys here. Definitely like and share the Fanatic Forum. Spread the word. Let's get more people in the fam here. Let's do this here. Oh, yeah. Eric says, yes. Hey, but you guys have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Go out and see Spider-Man. Check out SummerSlam. We're curious to hear everybody's thoughts. So we get back here, see how it works out and everything like that. So otherwise, you all have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time on the Fanatic Forum. And of course, as you guys know, we always like to end with a note from our friends here at Comic Books for Kids. Oh, hey, Eric, yes, see you tomorrow, brother. We will see you.
Yes, brother.
Yes, sir.
I cannot wait. The horsemen will ride.
Yes, we will. You all have yourselves a good one, and we will see you next time. TTFN.
Later, boys.
My name is Mark Weiss, and I am the founder and president of an organization called Comic Books for Kids. 6 years ago this month, we embarked on a journey of passion and heart. Our goal was to make a difference for children in hospitals and cancer centers. Little could we have ever imagined the response we have now. Starting with just hopes and dreams, we had no money for our mission. We had no product to give to the hospitals, and we had only called a couple hospitals and asked them, if we were to provide you with comic books, would you be interested? And they said yes. So we embarked on a 1-year journey to make a difference for these kids. We realize that even though we can't take away the reason these children are in hospitals, we can perhaps, while they are there, let them fly like a superhero, be princes and princesses, and embark on a mystical and magical journey to take them away from where they are in that hospital bed. Today, and thanks to your support, we are thrilled to say that we are now the largest charity in the U.S., supporting well over 200 hospitals in all 50 states for not only comic books, but for other pop culture items like Funko Pops, action figures, coloring books, Spanish bilingual items, backpacks, and more. When we received materials that were inappropriate for the young ones, we started a sister charity called Comic Book for Troops, and overnight, we became the largest charity in the U.S. for these same items to all branches of the military. We want to thank our friends for providing us their support and for allowing us the means to make so many happy with their gracious give to us.